Okay, I saw a great interview the other day of Milos Raonic talking about what makes Djokovic so hard to serve against. And it comes down to his return targets. Milos says that Djokovic returns deep middle, and he'll hit deep middle again and again until he gets the right ball. So something I think you should be looking to do in your own matches, singles matches, is use the center of the court until something opens up. If you're a server going against a great returner and they use the middle, deep middle a lot, then I think you have to think of serving and volleying as an option to keep them honest. And that way they have to change the depth of their return to go at your feet, which is going to be short. And if you play that game, then you can often take those shorter returns as approaches or as attacking balls on the next one. So something to think about. But have a look at this interview with Milos Raonic. It's really eye-opening to see what one of the best servers of all time thinks about Djokovic's return and what makes it so effective.
What makes Djokovic so hard to serve against, and what has allowed him to kind of like neutralize your serve in a sense, and to break you where other players like just can't do it?
Yeah, I think for me the toughest thing with Novak is first he gets a lot of returns in, but the thing he does, which you have some guys that go for their returns. Novak doesn't really go for that much. He just goes first one up the middle and
at the mark there.
That's where he aims, and it's tough because normally I'm used to either getting a few, even when he blocks, he gets it there deep, so you don't have an angle.
Right.
Whereas when I serve against most other guys, they try to go around, so I don't have the first strike from the center of the court. And then even if they hit a good return, I still have somewhat of an angle that I can open up the court. And if I can't be aggressive on that one, I probably can on the third ball.
Yeah.
So he does that well, and what he does, it's not only on the return, but the next ball he plays again up the middle.
Right.
So he plays up the middle until he can get into a position where he can go for it.
Right.
And all he's doing by that is just taking away angles, forcing you, if you want to go for an angle, you have to go really close to the line, and you have to feel like you have to create it, and it makes the court feel a little bit smaller. He moves well is a big part of it, but I think the way he minimizes the court, he does it in a different way than everybody else. I think there's some guys that are faster than Novak.
Yeah.
But Novak, since he shrinks the court for you, he's able with his speed to cover everything, and just he knows that whenever he's in trouble, he defends deep down the middle. Doesn't really give you any angles to play with.
Right. Interesting. That's super interesting to hear coming from you, because sometimes it looks like he's just kind of putting it back easy down the middle, but it's obviously, is it harder to make an angle off that shot than it would be if it was like 2/3 to one side or the other?
Yeah, because then you obviously have a cross-court angle that somebody has to cover. You can go up the line and come to the net.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's in the middle, first it's hard to come in because he doesn't hit it hard, so he hits it slow, so he gives himself time to recover. He mixes in a few hard ones, so he keeps you on your toes, so it's not like you're always stepping into a first one. But from the middle, it's hard because he gets it deep, so you're on your back foot. You can't really come in on it because it's gonna be hard to be in front of the service line on the first volley. And you know that he does maybe not pass incredibly well off the first one, but you know the first one you're gonna be having to hit a low volley, and that he's fast enough that he's gonna get to the